Welcome to episode number 137 of Talking Mopars and another installment of High Performance Heritage Quick History. This time around, we are going to highlight a superstar in the history of Mopar. You could say that this gentleman was dandy and was famously known for chewing an unlit cigar even while drag racing. That's right, folks. Today we are highlighting the man, the myth, the legendary Dandy Dick Landy. So without further ado, if you are a Mopar enthusiast, then you are in the right place. Don't go anywhere. You're tuned into the best Mopar enthusiast-driven podcast on planet Earth. And I am your host, Chris Albrecht, better known as the Mopar Hunter, and this is Talking Mopars.
You're listening to Talking Mopars with the Mopar Hunter, your direct connection to all things Mopar.
I'm not sure anyone was actually born a legend, but for some reason I wouldn't be surprised if back in March of 1937, Dandy Dick Landy was born with an unlit cigar in his mouth. The truth is that Richard Joseph Landy wasn't born Dandy Dick. He earned that nickname with both his style with all his white uniforms and his unlit cigar chewing swagger. The guy always had an unlit cigar in his teeth, even while rowing through gears of one of the most famous Mopars he was known for racing. Dandy Dick Landy is one of the most well-known legends of drag racing, especially in the high-performance heritage of Mopars. He is arguably one of the most recognizable faces and names in the history of superstock, funny car, and pro stock drag racing. Every class he ran in, he left his mark on. Not only that, but he is credited with being the creator of the first funny car in 1964 by combining a Hemi and an altered wheelbase Mopar, which was a 1965 Dodge Coronet, leading him to a Chrysler factory sponsorship in 1965. And why did they even call them funny cars in the first place? Well, that's easy, because they looked funny. Both front and rear wheels on Landy's Dodge were all moved forward, 10 inches in the front and 15 inches in the rear, giving the cars a very, very funny, untraditional look. And thus, the funny car name was born. Not all was funny, though. Dandy's Dodge would consistently run 940s at 164 miles an hour. His legend carries some controversy since his 1965 Dodge Hemi Coronet AFX dragster was actually banned from NHRA competition and forced to run exhibition only. He was not only a larger-than-life character, he was also both a pioneer and innovator in the world of drag racing in the 1960s and 1970s. Not only was he a great racer, but he was a great teacher as well, leading performance clinic seminars for Chrysler, which we will discuss on another episode of High Performance Heritage Quick History. Here's a fun fact, though. An estimated 750,000 enthusiasts had attended these clinics by 1970. That is absolutely insane and a testament to the power and reach of muscle cars, back in the day. In 1967, Landy would leave funny cars and go back to factory production car drag racing. And by 1970, he became a front runner for pro stock drag racing, starting with campaigning a 1970 Dodge Challenger RT. His involvement in pro stock drag racing in the 1970s helped with its popularity since Landy was indeed a crowd favorite. Landy's influence was widely apparent in the world of drag racing as well, considering the fact that along with Buddy Martin of the infamous drag racing duo of Sox and Martin, established a sponsorship program that made it possible for superstock drag racers to actually earn money from their racing efforts. Throughout his career, Dandy Dick Landy won several NHRA Pro Stock national events, was World Points Champion of the AHRA in 1973, and has been inducted into the International Drag Racing Hall of Fame, the Hot Rod Hall of Fame, and the Carcraft All-Star Racing Team. In 1980, Dandy Dick Landy retired from drag racing to pursue success as a high-performance research and development company called Dick Landy Industries with his brother Mike in Northridge, California. DLI created high-performance parts for a variety of manufacturers, including but not limited to Daimler Chrysler and Mopar Performance. Though Dandy Dick Landy passed away in January of 2007, the legendary cigar-chomping West Coast drag racers legend lives on in the hearts and minds of Mopar drag racing enthusiasts and has etched his name in the high-performance heritage of Mopars. Thank you for joining me in this latest installment of High Performance Heritage Quick History, where we shined the spotlight on Dandy Dick Landy. There you have it, my friends. Another episode of Talking Mopars is in the books. For everything you need to know about this podcast or to listen and subscribe to the show, please visit TalkingMopars.com. And don't forget that you can send me your Mopar stories, questions, comments, complaints, suggestions, and everything else on your Mopar addicted mind to chris@talkingmopars.com or leave me a voice message on my voicemail box at 209-28-MOPAR to hear yourself on the show. If you want to help support the show, you can pick up some cool merchandise in the Talking Mopars merch shop. There you can order products like t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs, and more. Another way to help support the show is by becoming a supporter on the Talking Mopars Facebook page. By becoming a supporter on Facebook, you will get access to exclusive bonus content, and you will be entered into our monthly supporter giveaway, where you will get a chance to win something fun related to Mopars. Special thanks to my friends over at DIY Hemi for their unwavering support of the show. If you are considering swapping a modern Hemi into your classic Mopar, go give my buddies at DIYHemi.com a shout and tell them that I sent you. They'll be more than happy to help you out in their mission to Hemi swap the world. That's it, my friends. Until we talk again, I am your host, Chris Albrecht, and that was Talking Mopars.
Thank you for listening to Talking Mopars, your direct connection to all things Mopar. Until next time, remember, no Mopar left behind.